Hello and welcome to the Ministry of Miracles, a series of The Mountains Are Calling. It is said that all inspirational scriptures have come to someone in some mountains. Moses went to get his 10 commandments in the mountains. So did Jesus have most of his time spent, and also Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also spent a lot of his time in the mountains where he received all this revelation. So the Mountains Are Calling theme series of books started in 2017 with me trying to recover, find out who I was and how it came that I had lost my memory. Now, when I wrote the first book, it was received with great enthusiasm and it was broadcasted in the US, and also some people in the Middle East saw the video. It was published by a Christian company called the Christian Faith Publishing. When they read the script, they understood the message that I have only one message on this earth, and that is to bring advice that makes this generation and the next one better, creates better qualities, create better thinking processes, create better opportunities for those that I love and care about. Hence, my children, my family, my community, the Kurdish house community, my Canadian community, and all of the other communities that live in the GTA. I have been blessed to have met so many people from all walks of life, because the sales profession is a noble profession. If you can withstand the rejection of sales, you probably will be an incredible person. Why? Simply because you come in contact with so many people from different backgrounds with different mindsets, and to be able to adjust your level to their level of thinking will require some training. It will require some flexibility on your mind. That is really the reason I wrote the Ministry of Miracles. Hence, the Christian community reached out to write a series of books with them, and I said, what would I call it? If there was a perfect place in heaven and earth. Now, mountains are calling. Okay? Mountains have called, and I wrote the Mountains Are Calling, and then I say, what would be the next step in creating? What? Creating miracles in your life. So it would be to create a ministry where these miracles are distributed. That is why we created the Ministry of Miracles. The art of creative thinking. Do you think I'm talking some creative stuff right now? Do you think you can benefit from knowing that you have the ultimate freedom? The freedom and the control over your own thinking mind, which is the biggest hinder in anybody's life that wants to live a purposeful life, I would call it. Purposeful life. Because everybody lives, if we added up our ages to our forefathers' ages 4 or 5 generations back, we still wouldn't be enough, wouldn't be able to fulfill 1/10 of our potential. This is research. This is doctor's approval. This is hundreds and hundreds of books read over the years. I am reaching out because I have found some formulas that have helped me to recover from 2 near-death experiences, which I have a little bit of glimpse of the story in here. Not because I want you to read my story, because I want you to create your own story where people are so kind and generous and incredible to you that they come and just to pay you to sit down with them because you have such a great positive mind. You understand? I heard that W. Clement Stone was such a positive person. He was the person that started the combined insurance in Americas back in 1930s, Second World War, right after Depression. He was said to be so positive that people said about him that I'd pay him just to sit with him and listen to him. Such a great, positive man. W. Clement Stone is who I'm talking about. Later on, he became partners with Napoleon Hill, the father of personal development. Ladies and gentlemen, what's my definition of personal development? My personal development is to fulfill your highest potential. Now, let me tell you about that highest potential. You were made in the image of your maker, the God, the Allah, the Buddha, the Jehovah, if you go up the hierarchy of prophecy till Adam, it is said that every human being is great at one single thing in their lives that nobody else can do better than them. Find out what that is. If you ask, what am I greatest and what do I know most about in this planet than anybody else? I would say camels. I just love the animal, camels. I know most about them. I read them, I buy them, I research them, I manufacture them, I trade them. I do everything with camels. I am the camel king of the world. Okay? What are you the king of? What are you the best at? I am also the connector. I love to introduce people to each other so they can do something incredible together. This Thursday, November 16th, I have put together, under the supervision of my good friend Andy, a great team of financial gurus that you have never seen the likes of till this day. If you see this video and you're one of my personal friends that we have shaken hands, I'm inviting you to come out Thursday to meet who? Well, number one, I've got a guest coming from Vancouver, coast to coast. That's Bruce. He's going to take a look at various companies and see which ones to invest in, including ours. He's just coming for the purpose of investment. Do you have a great idea? I would be there. Number two, Ed Gilmore. Man, I got friends. People have pitched in money and love and so many things in my life. I have no problems with anybody. But that CRA guy, I got to speak his language. So I have put together the greatest CRA people. And very funny. Ed Gilmore reminds me of Rodney Dangerfield. He's so funny. And he looks like Rodney Dangerfield. Just Google that. See what comes up. Who else do I have in this unique powerhouse mastermind team? Well, Bruce, Ed, and then I got George Caddy. George spent 30 years working for different banks and institutions, and in this process, in the highest level, and in the process accumulated lots of money. But he saw, just like I did with Primerica, that his customers' accounts are very low, zero, because they're being lied to all the time. He's joined our team to bring his expertise to the Ministry of Miracles. Who else? Well, of course, education is the fundamental principle for all achievement, and I have the pleasure to work directly with Kardik Adia. Kardik came here 5 years ago, but he worked at the National Banks of India. He's the #1 education consultant after being in Canada for 5 years. That's a big achievement. You got to hear this guy. The resources that he's found, the people that he's connected, the education. We work with 15 different colleges across Ontario. Anyone that you can think of, we got the programs for you. All of this. And just to wrap it all up, I have a wonderful friend, George Kumar. George Caddy will be a mentor that you will be proud of. But also, last person that I'm going to put on the agenda is Kumar. Kumar is a partner that I can depend on for life, I would say, based on our one transaction, one interaction, because he's been following the story. He says, man, I love what you do. What can we do together? I said, come and speak out. And how would you give advice to yourself Kumar is 52, same as I am. What would you give yourself when you were 25? I'm Arif Gilani. I'll see you Thursday at 55 Nugget Avenue in Scarborough, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the greatest information-packed session of 2023. If you don't believe it, just watch it online.